may bagong mga dividend-paying funds inside GCash G Funds. Kaya sa video ito, isa-isahin natin sila. We're gonna dive deep if itong mga investments na to or mga funds na to are they worth investing. So yeah, let's go! Hi guys, Suplo here. And if you go to your GCash account, tapos i-click mo yung Grow tab, makikita mo yung G Funds. And if you click yung G Funds, you'll see na merong 4 new funds na available. And most of them Manulife. And itong funds na to, they are actually dividend-paying funds. So inside GCash kasi or G-Invest, dati yung favorite lang natin is the ALFM Multi-Asset Income Fund. So if that's the first time you're hearing that, I'll just put a link down in the description about that fund. Pero I believe that that is also due for an update. So gawa tayo ng update video na yan. But basically, dati, isa lang yung dividend-paying funds inside GCash. And that was the ALFM Global Asset Multi-Income Fund. Ngayon, we're so lucky kasi may 4 na. And then, itong funds na to, they are from Manulife. And they are Asia Dynamic Bond Feeder Fund. Next is the Global Preferred Income Feeder Fund. Next is the Global REIT Feeder Fund. And lastly is the Asia Pacific REIT Fund of Funds. Kaya sa video na to, isa-isahin natin sila. Tapos let's see if itong 4 dividend income funds inside GCash, are they worth investing? So yeah, let's get started. So yeah, ito yung bagong funds inside G Funds. Again, Asia Dynamic, Global Preferred Income, REIT Feeder Funds, and Asia Pacific REIT Fund of Funds. And, yun, I did a quick research. So, dito, ito yung fact sheet nila. So, ito, isa-isahin natin sila. So, first, let's do Dynamic Bond Feeder Fund first. So, ito yung sheet niya. So, dito makikita lahat ng details about the fund. So, as you can see, this is Manulife Asia Dynamic Fund. Let's try zooming that in. Okay. So, it was launched 2018, October 18. You can invest minimum of 1,000, additional investment 1,000. Wala namang minimum holding period. Ito yung net asset value per share. Ito yung price per share niya or price per unit. This is as of June 30, 2025. And then, basically, nandito yung most of the details. You can just check it out. However, yung mga most important details you might wanna check is ito. Like, ito yung fees. 1.5% trust fee, and then 0.012 for the custody fee, and administration fee 0.016. So medyo madami fees, and etong mga fees typically they're already added dun sa NAV po mo, or eto net asset value per share or per unit. So yung growth ng price per unit niya, added na yung fees doon. So na-adjust na yan based dun sa fees. So meaning, if mas malaki yung fees, mas matagal mag-grow yung price per unit. Now, aside sa fees, next na titignan natin dito is yung growth naman niya in terms of yung price appreciation. So again, what I love about funds is that may dividends ka, regular income, at the same time, mag-grow din yung value ng funds mo. So as you can see dito, yung fund versus benchmark. So, meron silang benchmark, probably some US stocks, whatever benchmark. So, meron silang benchmark. Sa Philippines naman is the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. So, sa kanila, most likely iba din yung benchmark nila. So, dito, as you can see, yung fund value, ito yung green. So, mas nag-underperform siya sa benchmark nila. But, what we wanna see is, ito yung fund accumulated. So, if you invested 1 year ago, kumita ka ng 58%. If you invested like 3 years ago, 12.17%. And if you invested since inception, ito, SI, since na-launch yung fund, you could have earned 12.53% in growth. So, medyo underperforming siya compared sa benchmark nila. And then, dito naman naka-allocate yung funds mo. So, again, yung mga funds is that instead ikaw yung individually mag-i-invest, yung mga fund manager, sila na yung mag-i-invest for you. And as you can see dito, ito yung allocation nila. 100% allocated dito sa mga different sectors nila. So, yung sectors, treasuries, investment-grade corporates, government-related, high-yield corporate, and so on and so forth. And since itong fund na to is actually Dynamic Bond Feeder Fund, so this is a bond fund. So, most of the funds, if you can see dito, are invested in government bonds. So, like US Treasury note or bonds, India government bond, Korea Treasury Bond, Philippine Government Bond, and then ito yung mga percentages if in terms of bonds. So let's say for example, meron kang 100,000 pesos, 6% of that is invested in dito, 3.94% is invested in India government bond and so on and so forth. So, ito yung breakdown ng mga bonds. Now, in terms naman of returns, meaning yung dividends na nare-receive mo, if you can see dito, on a monthly basis, nagbibigay sila ng dividends. So, ito yung unit income. Tapos, ito naman yung percentage. So, itong percentage, medyo maliit siya. But, because this is like, I believe, computed in dollars. So, later, ipapakita ko sa'yo, I actually computed this one in peso. And, magkano yung dividend yield na makukuha natin on an annual basis if you invested in this fund. So that is for the Manulife Asia Dynamic Bond Feeder Fund. Now the next fund naman is the Manulife Global Preferred Income Feeder Fund. So check natin yung fact sheet niya. So again, same thing yung titignan natin dito. Multi-asset, yung classification, 1,000, 1,000, you can invest as low as 1,000 pesos. Ito yung price per unit as of June 30, 2025. Now in terms of fees, 1.75%. So, medyo mas malaki siya compared with the bond fund. So, very logical naman kasi yung bond fund, wala ka namang medyo ima-manage doon, di ba? Kasi bonds lang. Now, in terms naman dito, I believe this investment probably naka-invest sa stocks, parang ganoon. So, medyo mas marami yung management or kailangan nilang gawin in terms of managing yung funds na to. Kaya medyo malaki yung fee niya dito. And then, let's look at yung performance naman niya. In terms of the benchmark, so again, medyo mas nag-underperform siya compared sa benchmark nila. So, dito, if you invest like 1 year ago, ito yung return mo, 1.12%. If you invested 3 years ago, 17.74%. If you invested since inception, ito medyo malaki, 25.43%. Pero, yung since inception, this is 2019. So, if you invested last 2019 dito, then yun yung potential growth mo. Now, in terms of fund allocation, if you can see dito, ito yung top holdings nila. So, Vistra Corp, Altagas Ltd, Global. So, I'm not familiar with some of these. So, United States Cellular, Citigroup Capital. So, if you notice, mas nag-i-invest sila in global stocks. So, kaya mas malaki yung management fee kasi ayun, sila yung individually magpipick sa mga stocks na ito. Now, let's look at the returns. Ito naman yung returns niya. So, again, medyo 0.45% lang tignan yung returns. Medyo maliit lang. So, later, ipapakita ko sa iyo in terms of Philippine peso, magkano naman yung returns niya. So, that is for the Manulife Global Preferred Income Feeder Fund. Next fund naman is ito, Global REIT Feeder Fund. So, these are funds na invested in global REITs. So, instead of just investing REITs here in the Philippines, sa funds na to, you can invest in global REITs indirectly through this fund. So, check natin yung fact sheet niya. So, dito, let's zoom a little. So, Global REIT Feeder Fund, it was created 2021. So, bago pa lang siya. 1,000 din yung pwede mong i-invest. You can start investing with it. Trust fee, 1.75%. So again, since this is invested in REITs, mas may need silang i-manage, kaya medyo malaki yung fee niya compared dun sa bond funds. And then, in terms naman of fund performance, so again, medyo underperforming talaga sila no, compared sa benchmark. But let's look at the returns na lang. So if you invested 1 year ago, 4.15%. 3 years ago, 7.27%. And if you invested like since inception, so ito medyo weird, mas nalugi ka pa if you invested on the launch day. However, if you look at yung allocation naman ng funds nila, so dito, like it's invested in retail REITs, industrial REITs, diversified REITs, healthcare REITs. So ito yung mga different kinds of REITs in the global market. So here in the Philippines, puro real estate pa. Pero if you look at dito, may industrial sila, may healthcare sila. So very interesting yung REITs market in the global scene. Now, ito naman yung mga investments na Prologis Inc., Simon Property Group, Welltower, Digital Realty Trust. So, ito yung mga different REITs that they're investing in. So, of course, if you wanna do more due diligence, pwede mong isa-isahin if these REITs are actually good investments. So, ikaw, you can do that. But para sa akin, they already did the research and okay, if I'm gonna invest in this fund, so I'm gonna trust them na lang na maganda itong mga REITs na to. And same thing, dito naman yung dividend income nila. So, later pakita ko sa inyo magkano yung percentage growth per year or dividend income per year with this fund. Now, the last G funds naman is ito, Asia Pacific REIT Fund of Funds. So, kanina Global REIT Feeder Fund, so that's the global REITs. Ito naman, focus lang on Asia Pacific na mga REITs. Now, let's look at the fact sheet. So, this is it. So, this was created 2018. You can invest as low as 1,000 pesos and then 1,000 pesos. Trust fee, again, 1.75. Custody fee, 0.005. 0.019p. Now, let's look at yung performance niya. So, again, underperforming pa rin siya with the benchmark. So, ano ba itong benchmark nila, no? So, sobrang ganda ng performance ng benchmark nila. But, anyway, if you invested like 1 year ago, kumita ka ng 13.49%, 1.26% if you invested 3 years, or 8.20%, 8.22% if you invested since launch of this fund. Now, ito yung portfolio allocation niya. Retail REITs, industrial, and so on and so forth. So, dito, like, ito yung top holdings, Link Real Estate Investment Trust, Capital Ascenda REIT, Capital Land, and so on and so forth. So, parang, saan ba dito yung familiar natin? Keppel, I think, siguro. May Keppel kasi dito sa Cebu. But, basically, these are the REITs that they're investing in. And ito yung income nila on a monthly basis. And by the way, ito pala, compared with the other REITs, compared with the other funds, this is like semi-annual lang. Like, if you notice, July, January. So, twice lang sila nagbibigay ng dividends. Compared with the other REITs, which is on a monthly basis. Ngayon, to summarize, if these investment funds are actually good investments, so summarize natin. So, dito, ito yung net asset value per unit as of this video, August 4. So, I've checked this one. So, dito yan. So, chinek natin yung value niya as of this video. So, 58.43. So, yan. So, inisa-isa ko yan. So, these are the current value as of today. Yung price per share niya as of today. And then, ito, example, nag-invest tayo ng 10,000 pesos. Ito yung number of units that we will be receiving. So, again, in the stock market, what you will be receiving are shares. So, you invest, you get shares in return. Dito naman, you get units in return. So, ito yung mga units that you'll get if you invest into these funds at a 10,000 investment. Tapos, ito naman yung average unit income in USD, in dollars. So, if you notice dito, sa fact sheet natin, meron siyang monthly, di ba? So, ito, monthly unit income. So, what I did is just kinuha ko lang yung average niya para ma-compute natin. So, ito yung average unit income in dollars per funds. Okay? And then, ito naman yung Philippine unit income. So, what I did is, ito, I just multiplied it with 55 pesos, 57 pesos, depending on the US dollar today. So, ito yung average unit income in PHP. And ito yung potential income mo per month if you invest in these funds. So, for the bond fund, you'll get like 28 peso per month at a 10,000 investment. Ito naman, 50.33 peso if you invest in the global preferred income at 10,000 investment. Dito naman sa Global REIT Feeder Fund, you get 45.85 pesos per month. Again, this is per month. And then for the Asia Pacific REIT Fund of Funds, so this is done semi-annually. So this is income per semi-annual. So you'll get 180 pesos semi-annually. So ngayon, let's check yung dividend yield niya based on this one. So ano ba yung the best when it comes to dividend yield? So here it is. For the bond feeder fund, 3.37% dividends per year. For the global preferred income fund, 6.04%. For the global REIT feeder fund, 5.5%. And for the Asia Pacific REIT of REITs, 3.61%. So this is in comes to dividend yield. Now syempre, we wanna also check yung growth. We don't just invest in the yield, diba? In the dividend yield. We also wanna check if maganda din ba yung performance niya in terms of growth. So, as we can see dito, in terms of 1-year investment return, so, nanalo si Asia Pacific REIT Fund of Funds. Tapos, for the 3-year investment return naman is nanalo si Global Preferred Income. And then, since inception, if you invest in since launch, panalo pa rin si Global Preferred Income Feeder Fund. So, based dito, I think, the winner sa funds na to is ito, the Manulife Global Preferred Income Feeder Fund. However, when it comes to fees, of course, may fees yan. So, 0.175 most of them. Pero, in terms of lowest fees, si Dynamic Bond Feeder Fund yung panalo. Kasi again, mas lesser lang yung management na kailangan nilang gawin. So yeah, yan yung performance, yan yung fees, yan yung quick summary sa mga different funds na ito, itong bagong funds inside G Funds. So, what do you think? Mag-i-invest ka ba sa 4 new G Funds na ito? Or are you already investing in these funds? Let me know in the comment section down below. And G Funds actually is just one of the 4 ways you can grow your money inside GCash. If you're interested to know ano tong 4 ways to grow your money, you can check out this next video kung saan, ayun nga, I shared yung 4 other ways you can grow your money inside GCash. So yeah, go ahead and check out this next video and I'll see you there.